Because I have no idea if I'm focused or not. Hello. I didn't know what to expect when it... This vlog thing is more difficult than I anticipated. Okay, so I didn't really know what to expect when it came to this magic research. I think I kind of went into it as magic being something for kids.
Yeah, annoying. I can't have that. It's okay. All right, we gotta start the... What's going on? Are you okay? What? Fire! What? Fire? What?
And more of the entertainment kind of thing.
Ordinary stage show of Siegfried and Roy, legends of the entertainment capital. Once you see their show in person, you will never forget it. These two master illusionists elevate the art of magic into epic entertainment.
Which is the general, perception that people have about magic. But I'm very, very happy that I actually went into deep dive into magic, because there's so much more to it than I think people know. This is the third part in a series of videos about magic. In this episode, I'll talk to you about my key findings within my research and discuss a little bit more about magic. So basically, I'm boiling down my key findings into 3 areas. It's the good, the bad, and the ethical. Let's start with the bad. Too much of the good stuff is never a good thing.
When you have magic that is too strong, meaning magic that gets people caught up on, oh my God, how's it done? Like, it just freaks them out a bit too much. Then the magic overtakes the message.
All of the experts touched upon the subject at least once, that too much magic is never good. Whether it is using magic as a trick, a starter for a presentation, facilitating a workshop, because magic is this great way of capturing people's attention, but using too much of it makes people lose focus on the reason why the trick is performed. People get stuck in wondering how the magician did it.
It can become a distraction if it's not used delicately, because with humans, when we see something we don't understand, we immediately go to trying to figure it out.
That magicians might have a hard time finding each other or other magicians within a similar perspective or field of research. When mentioning different types of magicians to other magicians, quite a few out of interest wrote down some names. When I asked the reason why they didn't talk more to other magicians, the main answer would be that they didn't have time to meet up with others, or that they had a more job-focused approach. Another hot topic that arose was the limited amount of women within the magic industry. I want to add in here that I tried to reach out to a couple of women. I only got an answer from one woman, and she didn't have time to participate in the video. While doing my research, I think a lot of it has to do with how magic has treated women all throughout history. If you look at the witch hunts or women not being allowed within different types of magic associations.
Back in the early days, women were less than. They were the assistants, so I think there's that. I think magic has been a good old boys club.
It was only in the beginning of the 90s most women were actually allowed into magic associations and organizations. Research have shown, however, that there's more women that has entered the industry the past 10 years.
For as long as there have been magic shows, it seems, it was a man in the center of the stage. Women held props, got sawed in half, or disappeared. But now more and more women are performing the art of prestidigitation and proving it's no trick to be as good, if not better, than the men.
The last thing that should be mentioned is that exposure within magic has been posing as a problem within the magic community and also within research. There's a saying,
"You know a good magician never reveals his secrets."
Some people within the magic community have found themselves on a thin line about what's okay to share, maybe being afraid of losing a position within the magic organizations, and also having problems of not being able to research further in certain areas. Some magicians have mentioned that they find collaborating a good way to develop new tools and skills, and others, they just want magic to be magic. So the good parts. It's fun, it's captivating.
Get the 2 fishes over here, yeah?
Yes.
Watch this, I'm gonna burn it. Okay?
Oh!
Woo! Wow, and then you burn it. Oh my, 2 real fishes!
But where's one?
And it's been proven to be very useful as a tool within science and healthcare.
Many of the principles used by magicians to manipulate what you see are actually really closely related to kind of the things that scientists are interested in. And towards the end of my PhD, I actually realised that there's a really close link between these 2 fields. So, for example, magicians use misdirection to make their elephants disappear. Scientists interested in attention sort of like try and sort of study attention and work out how, for example, attention can make you respond quicker to a certain button. Now, I know magicians are a bit more impressive, but in actual fact, the kind of principles that the 2 actually investigating are really very similar.
Just the right amount of magic creates a perfect gateway to capture people's attention. Something that can be used in teaching, facilitating, and presentation. It makes people open up, it makes you collaborate, it makes you talk. Magic has been proven to improve self-esteem, lessen anxiety, especially in children, and more specifically within children with special needs. There is, however, some of the ethical aspects to magic. And first off, going back to the topic of women within the industry, there isn't a lot of women. In fact, one of the experts mentioned that he thought that there was only around 15% in the magic industry that was women, something that people definitely should look more into, as a more diversified community could potentially lead to more research knowledge and collaboration that leads to further development within the topic. So the last thing that also falls into the ethics category is exposure. Is it okay to tell the world how a trick is done? And how do you develop magic further without diversifying collaboration within the topic? Things to keep in mind is that magic relies on its nature of secrets and methods in order to create mystery. Exposure removes the potential to surprise audiences and sometimes also violates the intellectual property rights of the creator of the trick. However, new magicians need to learn somewhere.
Whole hand around and conceal that ball and completely close your fist. And that will make all your relatives laugh.
Exposure enables young magicians to develop their skills across a wide range of magical methods. Exposure of old tricks also forces magicians to develop new ones, and moreover, innovation is encouraged through competition and collaboration between all the magicians.